When buying e-bikes in European countries, we found that most motors are limited to 250 watt, and the motor assistance must stop after 25 kilometers per hour. Even climbing the steep hills near our homes is difficult. It's the EU's EPAC regulations that have effectively locked down the performance of e-bikes on the market. Let me first clarify the red lines of EU regulations to help beginners avoid pitfalls. Compliant electric assist bicycles are called pedelecs and must meet two core requirements. The motor's continuous rated power must be less than or equal to 250 watt, and the power must be completely cut off at an assist speed of 25 kilometers per hour. Furthermore, the motor must only provide assistance when you are pedaling. Bicycles meeting these standards are considered ordinary bicycles under EU law. They do not require a driver's license, registration, or insurance, and can be used in bike lanes. Once these standards are exceeded, such as exceeding 25 OW in power or 25 kilometers per hour in speed, they will be classified as L1 EB category motor vehicles, commonly known as S-Pedelecs. These require a driver's license, insurance, and registration. They cannot be used in bike lanes, and violations will result in fines, vehicle impoundment, and even criminal penalties. However, does such a limitation truly meet the riding needs of today's riders? For ordinary urban commuting, 250 watt might be sufficient. But for mountain biking, carrying cargo, long-distance commuting, or heavier riders, many feel the power is clearly insufficient, especially when the assist suddenly drops at 25 kilometers per hour, drastically reducing the experience. Furthermore, to be honest, many European countries have different regulations and penalties for modifications to e-bikes. Many details are unclear or difficult to find, making it easy to inadvertently violate regulations. So if your country has different regulations, special exemptions, or regulations we haven't found, feel free to add your information in the comments. Many people say that regulations limiting motors to 250 watt are for safety, and that high-power motors are dangerous. But I want to ask everyone a question. Are you really spending a lot of money on a high-power motor to reach 250 watt on the road? The vast majority of riders buy Varstrom's high-power motors, so they don't have to get off and push their bikes on steep mountain roads. So they can ride easily against the wind, or when fully loaded, and so they can precisely control power on challenging terrain, not for speeding. Avinox's product experience director Ferdinand Wolf pointed this out incisively long ago. Many people confuse the concepts of speed and power. Speed, the ultimate speed a vehicle can travel, determines the level of danger. EU regulations have firmly locked the maximum assisted speed at 25 kilometers per hour. This is an inviolable safety threshold. All compliant vehicles will cut off power at this speed, regardless of whether the motor is 250 watt or 1500 watt. Power, or what we call torque, refers to the acceleration and climbing ability of an electric motor. It helps you maintain kinetic energy at low speeds, uphill, and on challenging terrain. It's completely different from top speed. To give a very clear example, riding a Varstrom 750 watt to 1000 watt bike, you can easily climb a steep mountain road, while a 250 watt continuous power motor simply can't make the climb and has to get off and push. The 750 watt peak power allows you to maintain a steady pedaling rhythm and climb without getting off, significantly reducing the risk of falls or tipping over. This is the value of power, and it has absolutely nothing to do with speed. The current controversy surrounding high-power motors in the industry essentially confuses speed and power, assuming that higher power always means faster speeds. This is completely wrong. Now, some brands are starting to try new approaches. Not all countries and regions use the same fixed system. Instead, they're starting to localize and adapt to regulations. While adhering to regulations, the goal is to maximize the riding experience. Currently, there are three main solutions. The first option is a customized system with compliant speed lock and peak power release. It strictly adheres to the 25 kilometers per hour speed limit and a continuous power output not exceeding 250 watt, fully complying with EU regulations. However, during short periods of climbing and acceleration, it precisely controls the release of peak power via a torque sensor, providing sufficient torque for easy climbing and navigating complex terrain. This ensures compliance with regulations, while genuinely enhancing the riding experience. The second option is a dual-mode system. In EU-compliant mode, it strictly adheres to the 250 watt, 25 kilometers per hour requirement, guaranteeing full compliance on the road. Simultaneously, in non-EU regions or enclosed spaces, you can unlock the full peak power through official system settings, allowing you to experience the full performance of the high-power motor. This clearly distinguishes between compliant and non-compliant scenarios, preventing illegal road use. The third option is the S-Pedelec exclusive series. The brand has launched the S-Pedelec series, compliant with EUL1 EB regulations for motor vehicles. With a top speed of 45 kilometers per hour and a power output exceeding 250 watt, it has completed full motor vehicle certification. There's no absolute good or bad among these three options. It's just a matter of whether they suit your usage scenario. For daily commuting and city riding, the first option is sufficient. If you enjoy off-roading and mountain biking on weekends, the second option, the dual-mode system, will give you the best experience. If you want higher speeds and longer commutes, and are willing to obtain a driver's license and insurance. The third option, the S-Pedelec series, is a fully compliant choice. These are all solutions the brand is currently trying, but the final choice rests with us, the users. Today, we'd like to conduct a poll, or you can leave a comment if you have a better option. The future of the e-bike industry may not just be about being faster, but about being smarter and more rational. And it's about finding a true balance between safety, regulations, and the freedom of riding. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, save, and follow. And don't forget to participate in the polls or comment if you have any better ideas. We'll let everyone know as soon as Varstrom has any new solutions.